Hello, gorgeous people. Happy Friday. Shall we see what comes out of my mouth today? Okay, so um, I've had about like 20 ideas run through my head since yesterday. And while I was journaling this morning, embracing the last few days that I'm going to be actively journaling in the morning, I had another like dozen ideas come to mind. I'll talk about that. But I think it's time to start talking about what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months. You know, start informing everybody of what to expect and what I'll be doing and what it'll entail. What am I doing? I think I mentioned this maybe yesterday, maybe in another video. But I'm feeling called to create and run and host and lead people through a social media detox. Eye rolls. Yes, I definitely mentioned it yesterday because it's insane and crazy, because I'm going to run this social media detox. Wait for it. On social media. And here's why. And here's like when this popped in my head, I seen friends again saying, "That's it, I'm done with Facebook, I'm leaving, I'll use Facebook," just for like, that collective term for social media. Because obviously that's the one that seems to cause people the most grief anyway. Or maybe it's Twitter. You get cancelled more on Twitter, don't you? I think. I don't use Twitter. I've never really got into Twitter, although I am getting into the new social media. Let's see how this detox goes, like, seriously. Threads, which is Meta's answer to Twitter. It has the same sort of idea where you can reply to... my headphones are uneven and it's really annoying me. I know they're uneven anyway because they're a little bit damaged, but never mind. I'll get over it. It's easier to make it with my headphones on when I've been listening to my music in the morning. So, yeah, social media detox on social media. And this all came to me because over the years I've done various like breaking free from social media attempts myself. I created a new account and only added the people that I really wanted to be connected to, and then Facebook deleted it because it wasn't even my real name, and someone somewhere must have took the piss with me and big parted it as not being my real name, and I let it go. And then I was like, I'm sure actually I did create it using my real name, but it didn't have my real name on it. And then but by that time I'd let it go. Lost a little bit of content, a little bit of... It's like years ago now. It's like 10, 12 years ago. No, 10. No, middle one. 9 years ago. So I lost a little bit of like photographs of my girls and stuff like that, but nothing major. And I'd created it specifically to like share my knitting and crochet stuff from Indigo Sky to Knit. So it wasn't like... it hadn't got like a lot of really personal stuff like family stuff on. It was more to share my creations and then be only connected to a handful of people as opposed to the like 300 or so friends that I had then. So I've done that. I've deactivated a couple of times. The last time I deactivated, I lost my brand new Facebook page that I'd created for Indigo Sky Holistic because it had only been there for a little while. Didn't lose any of my other pages that I'm like, oh, here you go, that's fine. Saves me the hassle. Which I don't want to go because content on because on my old holistic page, I don't want to go because that's got content on that I want to get off before it does go. So yeah, deactivated and then come back and maybe not used it as much for a bit and then end up in that cycle again of just scrolling, the doom scrolling, as it's called. When I was doing a little bit of research on like social media detoxes yesterday, there's varying degrees that get recommended. It's acknowledged that it's not great for mental health, and yet I know so many people who turn to it as a support system. And there are some great Facebook groups for support, for mental health support, and yet the doom scrolling is what it is. And a lot of people don't as well, because you're not given a lesson in how to use social media, are you? So there's features of Facebook particularly that I know of because of the circles I've moved in for like 8 or 9 years, that you can filter so much of your content. You can get it so that all you see is the people whose content you want to see. You can stop following everybody else, stay friends with them, all the family members that piss you off, all the like ex-colleagues that you don't want them to think that you don't like them anymore, but you don't really want to see their posts because they trigger you, or all the so there's some of the circles I'm in, obviously ex-Jehovah's Witness circles. There are people who still physically attend Jehovah's Witness events and meetings who don't actually consider themselves to be Jehovah's Witnesses. Are basically spies. Shh, don't tell the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's full of spies among them. Anyway. They do know, but those people are like incognito, and so they sometimes don't want to see the posts from their fellow still active Jehovah's Witness members, because hey, triggers. We want to maintain our mental health and our energetic space. And there's all sorts of features. You can get it so that you can just see groups. You can go into the groups tab and then Facebook go and change shit, don't they, as well? So sometimes the groups tab is there and you can just go in the groups, and then sometimes it's not there, it's in the side menu, and you're like, I've got to go in there to just scroll my groups. And there's this thing called the unfriend button. Did you know that exists? And you can actually unfriend people or leave groups. And for years, there was I can't unfriend people because I don't want them to think I don't like them anymore. And yet I've been unfriended, and I've been unfriended with people who I know don't like and don't agree with what I'm saying. Not just in the last 3 years, but forever. I've known people who've just unfriended me because they don't like my parenting style, or they don't like my talking about school, or they don't like my feelings and views on food. I've been unfriended for so many reasons, and yet I would hold back. I don't want to upset people, and I know I'm not alone in that. I know there's so many people who don't unfriend people just because of that. But social media is a great tool for connection. We're all over the planet now. It is a great way to connect to people. It's a great way to share your services, your opinions, your views, even if you are censored and shadow banned and people don't like it. It is a great place in the right spaces to share your views and opinions and get them out there. It is a great space if you have a livelihood that you're creating. There are great ways to network on there and to have groups and to have spaces that you share what you do for your livelihood, for your income, for your support of your family and yourself. But it can also just become this black hole of sharing that stuff and not really having any interaction, and that then can impact your mental health. It can make you feel like nobody sees you. And one of the things that I learned from, I think it was from my human design coach, was that sometimes people are seeing your posts and never reacting because they don't want anyone else to see. Oh, I like that post there, and I know I've got friends who won't agree with that, and so they'll like. So people don't react to your posts sometimes because they don't want other people to see. Because that's the thing with social media, isn't it? That there are ways to get the same so that no one will ever see what you react to or what you comment on or what you're interested in. But they're like, it takes you've got to go deep into the settings to go and like say like, I don't want anyone to ever see what I'm reacting to or what I'm saying, unless I've chosen to like be connected with that person. And that's the thing, isn't it? Some of those settings are so hidden or so not really, people don't realise that they even exist, that's the social media trap. That's the trap. So what I want to share is how I've been endeavouring and seeking to create a healthy relationship with social media, whereby I can turn it off, like, and go, ho, ho, too much doom scrolling, turn it off. And I know people try this and people do these things sometimes, but they don't. The habit patterning doesn't sink in. Or then like life throws shit at you, and this is the other thing again touching on yesterday about self-forgiveness. It's about like if you have conquered your social media habits, the doom scrolling. If you've conquered that, and then like life throws some shit up at you, and you just end up back on the doom scroll because it's like a comfort and a bit of a security net. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm back on social media again, and that's what I'm doing again. And like, then you're beating yourself up again for actually having for a moment took some time for yourself, and then thinking, right, that's it, I've got to stay in that stuck place again. And you don't, nothing is ever forever, nothing is ever permanent. And you can just go, right, oh yeah, okay, so that was then, and this is now, and I'm turning off my social media. And that might mean deactivating it. It might mean like deleting the app from your phone. It might mean taking some radical approach to it. But I'd also like it not to. I'd also like people to learn that they have the self-control to just go, all right, yeah, no more social media for me this month. Don't need to deactivate my account because I'm not tempted. I've made that conscious decision. I've set that intention. This month, so no social media. I will go on 1 hour a day. I will go on and do X, Y, Z. And this is like, there's ways to set things so that that is what you do. Like, through setting the intention and consciously going, right, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And then doing it. And then, okay, so you click on Facebook and your mind goes blank and you're like, Facebook, scroll, newsfeed, oh shit, oh, here I am. No, bring yourself back to, what was my intention? My intention was. I'm not then going, oh shit, I failed, okay, I'll carry on doom scrolling. No. No. This is what I came on for. Go into the group, post the content, share the thought, go and offer support in a group that you might be an admin for or a mentor or whatever they've got in groups these days. Because I have groups that I go in purposefully have set to go in just to go and offer, been around home education for 20 years. That's a lot of experience. I've been home educating myself now for 10 years. That's a lot of experience, especially with so many new people home educating. And so go and offer like an unschooling, a long-standing unschooling approach to home education, which sometimes makes people go, oh, what, you mean I don't have to do X, Y, Z? I'm like, like you can actually be free to do, learn, and be educating in any way whatsoever. Tangent, side note, another time. But yeah, It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So this is what the social media detox I'll be running, which still has no name. It's coming. This is what it'll be doing. We'll spend a week just assessing where we are with social media, what we use it for, why we want to be there. Do we even want to be there? Because if you like literally have no reason to be there, then why are you there? Oh yeah, because. But for me, it's like if there was nothing else, for me it's like my only source of news sometimes. Like that in YouTube. Like, oh shit, this is going on in the world and I didn't know about it. Like, because we don't have a TV and because I don't, like, I have started reading the headlines in the newspapers too, just for like, what are they all saying? Because what are they distracting you from in the bigger world? But that, like, if that's like literally all you have it for, if you don't have it for like supporting, sharing your livelihood, if you don't have it for connecting with friends and family who aren't near you, then why do you have it? Especially if it does create like anxiety and depression and low frequency feelings. You know, it's okay to not have social media. My husband hasn't had Facebook for years. He has some other social medias, but he hasn't had Facebook for years. He was on to Zuckerberg years ago, and he's like, he then doesn't doom scroll the same because first of all they're not as active, they're not as well known. He literally has them because people he follows elsewhere, that's where they are, and he has select people on there. He doesn't even, I'm not even on like one of them I'm on, but I've never posted anything except oh hi. And one of them I think I might also have created an account on when it first came out, and then that don't exist either. Looking for alternatives at Gab and Diaspora, just in case you're looking for alternatives. And maybe it's that you don't need Facebook. Maybe like that's what I'm verging towards now. Like I have Threads and I have Instagram and I like them, and it's like I actually can post on both of them and share over to Facebook, and then just go on my laptop to go in my groups, to go and share in the groups that I want to be in. And I don't doom scroll on the laptop so much as I do on my phone. But maybe then I'll delete the Facebook app. Oh, I think I need the Facebook app to share stuff from Instagram to Facebook easily. I don't know. Anyway. But that's the first week. We'll be assessing where you are, why you use social media, and then looking at some of these like self-forgiveness and radical responsibility and setting intentions, and what will your intentions be for 6 weeks time, and you know, making that a realistic intention and expectation, not going from like, you know, 10 hours of Facebook scrolling a day to deleting the app, because I don't think that's a realistic expectation. Not to say it can't be done, but I think so that goals are achieved, they're better being smaller and then overachieved than being massive and then underachieved and feeling like, oh, I wasn't good enough at that. So, little goals, you know? I will have my set times to use social media, and that is it. And it might involve setting timers. Timers are brilliant. I've just done it now, just literally done it now, folding laundry. I'd actually finished doing the laundry that I was doing. And went off to put some stuff from the laundry in the bathroom, and then felt that mind wander and like, oh, like, I'll just start doing something else, and the alarm went off on my phone, so in my headphones it went off down my ear. And then, oh yeah, no, that's that. It sort of brought my attention back to the moment, so that I could go, oh yeah, no, I was doing that, I've done that now, I want to go and do this other thing. And that was like, make coffee to come and make a video. Otherwise, I'd have been like, you know, still pottering around in the bedroom, clearing and tidying stuff up, or I'd have sat down on my phone and started scrolling on my phone. And so I love alarms. Like, ask the people, like, who know me about, like, how often alarms have gone off on my phone. And sometimes you have to put, like, a really... So, like, the timer alarm I can't change the timer alarm, so it's a proper beep, 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 beep alarm. It gets my attention. When we got the kittens and I was, like, out and about and doing stuff there, I had to set an alarm that would trigger my brain to go, oh shit, I need to pay attention to this one, because I do have alarms for, like, oh, I need to check on this, or I want to get food out, or I want to drinking water. I have to change my alarms to drinking water periodically too, so that they're different. So I go, what's that alarm, what's that about, and go and look. So yeah, and I'll be sharing tips and tricks, and maybe people who joining in will have tips and tricks. It's a 6-week process because it takes 6 weeks to reprogram parts of the subconscious mind. And more importantly, it's fucking free. Like, I'm doing this because I want to create some of the content. Maybe it will be a paid for process in future. Maybe it'll be a donation based process in the future. I feel so many people could benefit from my experience with this. So that, you know, it's not to say that I don't doom scroll and I don't feel like sometimes I waste time on social media, but even just the last things that have come to me in the last few weeks have made me think, so this is another missing piece in why I do end up doom scrolling. The self-forgiveness thing, for example. Creating too much structure and organisation in my life that I don't want to have structure and organisation in. And just reading recently about how creation comes from chaos, and that maybe I just need a little bit more chaos in my life. And maybe this is another reason why the journaling and the meditating in the morning are going from the new moon, which is even nice, like structured and slightly too organised maybe. Because it's not allowing for what does my being want to do at that moment in time. Because when I don't do the like journaling and the meditation, I tend to slip into like that little bit of self-punishment that I'm not quite doing what I should be doing. So it's all connected. Join the dots from my crazy brain to your crazy brain. Let that be like where this is going. Like it's one step. There'll be more steps. There'll be more, like I always say, these processes are worth repeating over and over again, which is why once you've done this, even if I do make it a paid process, if I put it on my website, on my platforms, then you will get access to it. You will get the like any discount codes or any access to it. Once you've joined me for this process live in September, we'll have a date, roughly mid-September. Then you can come back to it. Maybe something happens and you end up doing scrolling again. Maybe you've like maintained that, like, okay, we can do this like refreshed way of using social media, and then you think, actually, why am I still using this platform? Is there another platform? And hopefully this will be transferable between platforms too. I mean, I'm primarily going to be focusing on Facebook, and the pitfalls of Facebook, but also like if yours is the Twitter feed falling into, like, you know, defending those who are being cancelled on Twitter, whatever, it should be transferable. It should be able to go, right, okay, so yeah, I might talk about features that Facebook has that Twitter doesn't, like groups and stuff, but all bases are covered, I hope. So yeah, let me know what you think. Share your thoughts. your opinions, your feelings on this. Come and join me and chat with me on anywhere that's I'm talking about this. I'll be talking about this on Discord a little bit. I think my Discord has again gone to the wayside because I've been focusing on my own stuff again. But yeah, let me know what you think. And join me. Come and join me for this as yet unnamed social media detox. And yeah, let's become conscious users of these tools, because there are some really fantastic features on them, and they do offer some really great support for people. And I will see you there, or I will see you here another day, another time. Take care.